Hello, it is Ian again, and for this video I'm going to take you through the process I'm going to do for a Doom 4 Space Marine, or the Doom Slayer as people have been calling him now. Um, unfortunately mine's going to be a female version. That's what I picked up, and I'm fine with that. The only issue I'm having is the original reason why I wanted to use these Halo figures is because the armor comes off, and I figured they are interchangeable between the figures. So my plan was to pick up a lot more of these and make some of the other armors, but sometimes they don't fucking want to go back in very easy. But anyway, so I chose to do my Doom figure with this, because I thought they were pretty similar, and it'd be cool to have the armor come off and change. That's more of a multiplayer thing, but they got some pretty cool looking armors. But I finished the head last night. I just did a quick one. I was gonna put a lot more detail into it, but whatever. It came out simple like most of my shit. There's just so much detail crammed into this fucking armor. It's really not even appealing to do. There's so much just ridiculous detail. And then on top of that, there's no rhyme and rhythm to anything. There's just armor's lopsided. There's fucking the one shoulder pad's bigger than the other, and it's just weird. It's weird armor. But whatever, we'll do it. So what I've been doing is I'm going to try my hardest not to modify the under figure too much. I am going to do this here. I'm going to scratch this off with the Dremel, and then resculpt it, and then probably do the I don't know how I'm going to do the pouches yet, but we'll figure it out. And then same with the back too. So this part here is going to be sculpted, and then I'll probably sculpt this off. I'm going to Dremel that off too, and then resculpt her shoulders there. And then but then other than that, the figure down here is going to stay pretty much the same. And then I'm going to sculpt over all this stuff and see what comes out. But right now I'm doing this armor. It is very rubbery compared to everything else. It's kind of stiff, but it had this big dip right here, so I trimmed off all this stuff. There's a bunch of shit back there. Trimmed it off, put a little layer of clay on the bottom, and then just boop, stick them together. And then once these dry up, you come back in here and sculpt the shit. Don't get it down in this little area, but try to make this as flat as fucking possible too. I think that looks good. So something like that. And then just let this dry or harden or whatever, and should come out looking good. Let's see. Should be something like that. I was gonna do this right now, but I think I'm gonna wait to put the collar on there. But that's what I'm gonna do for the collar, something like that. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll probably put the collar on when I sculpt the thing. So this is just prepping up before you go sculpting the shit. But see these holes that are exposed? Good idea to fill these in before you go and sculpt the damn thing. You can do this a number of ways. Sometimes I do this, or I'll put the aluminum down and sculpt over. I think I'm gonna do that. Fuck it. I think we will do it. Alright. Just something like that. Just quick and easy. Yeah, the epoxy clay is sticky, and it does things. It pisses you off every once in a while, but you just gotta be patient with it. And if you're patient with it, this shit's fucking awesome. You can do anything. But yeah, so basically we're just laying that shit out. Alright. So when we come back, it should sculpt up nicely. Oops. Some filler in there too. You really should. Something like this should probably definitely fill in all the holes before, because it's just very thin. That's gonna be so thin right there. And well, I can't do it too thin. Fucking thing will snap. Anyways, going on way too long. Back so soon. Alright, so with these shoulder pads, what I ended up doing was I'm not going to sculpt the softer parts here, these two parts. You can see there's a disconnect there, so I can sculpt and make a line and make a difference and then keep that little flex. But what I did do is I popped some holes. Oops, I'm way off. Damn it. So I'm going to keep these, see a little armor piece right there? I'm not going to sculpt that. Same with this little piece back here. But I'll probably sculpt down that bicep there and then the shoulder, obviously. So for the shoulder, if you can see, I popped some holes in there. And then, so what I do is I come back in and just push a little bit of clay through. And so fuck super glue in this shit. Do it the old fashioned way. And then mushroom that bitch. The old fashioned way, this motherfucker ain't coming off unless you break it off. Alright. Just kidding. I don't know if that's really going to be that much of a difference, but we'll see. Alright. Try not to get any on those armor pieces, and then boom! Shoulder pad will stick. Oh, see, I did the same thing with the shoulder pad, with the, I put the clay out underneath already. And then bam. Something like that. It's pretty close. Alright. He's slobbering in there. Alright, let's see if it fucking... Ugh. Gross. See where that bitch lands. So once we get some clay on that, it should really make the difference. See. So once we get clay on that too, it should bring it up a little bit bigger, make it look a little bigger. And then obviously this one's got that little extra piece on top. But that'll be it. Alright, so these are all dried up and it's time to get started on sculpting this armor here. So I will show you and take you through some of that. Alright, so I got some clay rolled out. For this part, I was gonna leave the head off, but then I realized, yeah, I probably should leave it on. But I'll do little tiny layers, little tiny snakes like this. I'll just focus on the shoulders for a minute and just very gently roll that shit to the sides as much as you can. Make sure it's got a decent little stick going. Huh, seems like this side got more somehow. Okay, see, we're trying to avoid popping the clay up. Try to keep it down, and then as soon as you can, well, here, I like to link them up. I do like to do that. So let's link that up real quick. And then, really don't need to film all of this, but once get this stuff kind of rolled out where I want it, I will go with the water real quick and get it all smoothed out as best as possible. Take it, seal in some of the little areas there. Probably easier if you take the helmet off, but I'm just gonna leave it on since I'm making that collar right now too. Alright, so there you go. You see that smoothing? We'll come back in a second. Alright, so for the collar piece, I had a little tiny strip of aluminum. I covered both sides and already kind of made the little design in the back, the little notch. You can see a little bit exposed at the bottom. And then I put a little snake up here. And what I'm going to do is mash down the bottom and kind of blend it in. And then, you know, kind of peek it up a little bit. Something like that. Alright. And then let's hope this goes on correctly. Here, actually I'm going to take the head off now. Hopefully this will not be regretful. Alright. I'm gonna have to turn this off in a minute so I can take a look at shit. But see, I'm gonna have to extend the front out a little bit, but whatever. Hard with the camera right in front of my face, but yeah, it's basically I just come in here and I'll lift the clay up and try to blend them together as much as possible. And then I'll take a little bit and just add it where it needs to be. I think they need to come out a little bit further, so that's probably good. So see, and then so the aluminum foil, I would have done this originally with just a fucking snake of clay, but it's hard to detail shit that way. The clay sinks and you gotta keep lifting it up, and it's endless, and it comes out looking like shit. So the aluminum foil definitely helps give you something to kind of support against when you're sculpting. But I'm gonna have to go back to the picture and pay attention to what I'm doing. But that's the gist of this. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to keep going back and forth just to make sure I'm not fucking this up. Alright, but that's the gist of it. And then, well, like I said before, I'm not gonna sculpt the bottom straps. I will stop the armor just right there, probably. Just do that real quick. Bring it down just a little bit below, not much though, but like it will be coming down just a tad bit. And then I'm going to be sculpting this, so this will stick out, so it'll come together a little better. But we'll see what's up. Alright, so got the chest plate done, and it's pretty solidified, but when I took it off I noticed that there's a little bit of a bend. It was still kind of soft when I took it off, thank God, otherwise it would have snapped probably. But I noticed there was a little bend, but under here it was a little kind of hollow, and it had like two ridges on each side basically. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna run some clay down there, and I did it on both sides, so that should make it stronger. So I mean, it could snap eventually, but it shouldn't snap as quick as it would have. But I think this thing's actually cruising along pretty nice. So the next part we're gonna do here, I would like to knock the feet out at the same time, but we'll see what happens. Is these fucking shoulder pads. These shoulder pads are funny because they're both two different goddamn kinds. So, and I will have to go look at the picture again. But let's see right now. Let's see how this will come out. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, and then I'm just gonna roll this down here and kind of line out next to those things. Just a small layer, but this one here needs enough of a lip there to make it count. Alright. So yeah, we got a rough start there. It'd probably look a lot better if I had this on at the same time, but probably just gonna wait on that. But this is basically the gist of what I'm doing here, and then that's really it for now. Alright, so now that I got everything about where I want it, it's time to start tooling it. So just kind of let's make this little fucker look pretty round. It can be hard not to friggin' touch this. And then I was going to leave these two parts exposed, these guys here. So I'll just try to clean that off, show it back up there. See? Just try to separate them for now. See, that one's coming out already. So that's pretty much it. You come in here and put in all the little fine details once all these little things are pushed and whatnot. I am going to go back to the picture because it's kind of complicated. I don't really remember. Alright, so this is moving along pretty good. I'm still not 100%. I guess I will resculpt everything, but I wasn't really planning on doing these. Whatever. What the fuck was that? A goddamn bug? What was that? Anyways, man, these boots, when I started making these boots, I got so fucking angry. I thought they looked like shit, but I just sat there and did it, and they fucking came out. So anyways, I still don't know where the hell these fucking two pieces went. I had one of them sitting around here. So for now, those are just not gonna get done, I guess. But my next part I'm gonna do is these shin guards, and we will do that now. Well, really not much to say here. I am going to, well, until I go look at the picture, I'm going to do that once I turn the camera off. But unless it's vital to the design, I'm just going to leave these soft parts again, since they clip around the back a little. And That's what I've been doing the whole time to keep this stuff together, if you weren't listening. Just kidding. If you were gonna make a Doom Marine, god damn the fucking cat hair. What the fuck off my motherfucking hand, dude? Jesus. Look at it, it's like a goddamn fucking cat hairball booger on my fucking finger. Anyways, Jesus Christ, that one's got one too. Whatever. Alright, anyways, well, that's it. Whatever I was saying is fucking pointless anyways. Well, I forgot I was making a video. So I started going to the town on this. We are nearing the end of this process, so I wanted to finish her off today and be done with it. So these are going to get done, and these are going to get done right now. I still have to find this. I don't know where the fuck the other one is. Somewhere around here. But, just smoothing fucking clay out on this thing. I was about to go to town on this, and then I realized I should probably shave these things down a little bit. Every little bit kind of counts, so. Here I'm going to have to be careful because I sliced a damn hole through the armor trying to shave it down. Of course. But, we'll see here. Just got to pay attention to that and make sure it doesn't interfere. Well, these are almost finished. I've got some of the, can you see that? Some of that basic details in there. And then, so right now I'm just going to go back over it very lightly with my fingers and just kind of polish it off. And just kind of make it smooth again. From, putting my fingerprints on it and shit. And just very lightly. And then if I have to, I'll come back and pull some of the detail back up. It's not too hard to do. But, I mean, this is pretty much it. See, same thing with this thing here. Because it's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of weird rounded. But then it's got like the little fucking, they stick up, and then there's like little bolts that go in. So I just do these little pre-pinched little spots, and I'll just keep, as I'm smoothing it, it'll go down to about the height that I was looking for, and then I'll be able to poke it in, and it'll be pretty close looking to that detail, and it should be looking pretty cool, I think. But come in here and smooth all this shit out, because these are really tooled. They look pretty tooled. But yeah, and then that's pretty much it. I will go back to my picture and make sure I finish this off right. But I just wanted to get this last little bit in here because this is pretty much it. Alright, well, the Doom Slayer is finished. And I think everyone's preferring to call the new one the Doom Slayer. But yeah, I kind of went to a little old school with the helmet still. I don't know how the fuck I keep doing that, but I keep going with the same kind of look that I have in my head. But I mean, it's a little rocky looking, but I made it pretty quick. Just got interrupted a lot. Got two of these guys, and I kind of figured that the female body was going to be different and that these armors weren't going to fit. But reading the back of the box, it made it sound like it would fucking fit, and of course it didn't. So, for some reason the chicks have boots, and then the men, I guess, don't. They have the feet already done. I don't know why they did that. That's just fucking stupid, but his chest piece is really huge, but I don't know if it's just his, but either way, hers doesn't fit on his, so either way, I got two of these guys now, so I'll probably do something with them, but we'll figure it out. Thank you for tuning into that, and I'll probably have these guys here posted up pretty soon, all together at once. Thank you, bye.